Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is July 11th, 2021. I want to talk about beaten down software stocks. So with that, I got few images here. One is Bit Digital, ticker symbol BTBT. It's into cryptocurrency, as you all know, Bitcoin mining. And then we got CleanSpark Energy Management Company. And last but not least, we got C3AI. It's into big data and really analytics. So with that, we'll jump into these stocks and more and see what are the few stocks we can buy now, especially given there are a lot of beaten down software stocks which are really good. So with that, let's jump in. From a major news perspective, as you can see here, folks are wondering, why wait for a crash? Buy three top stocks already down more than 25%. As you look through the stocks, you don't need to wait for a bear market. Sometimes selectively, some stocks are already in bear market. Good examples are AYX, MDLA, and Spot. And analysts also see strong upside for three beaten down stocks, Anaplan, AYX, and BCove. Uh, Three growth stocks for next 10 years and beyond, Airbnb, Fastly, Okta. I like all these stocks here. IDC MarketScape names C3AI as a leader of solutions. So C3AI is a great company with Tom Siebel as the leader. I would recommend looking at C3AI and buy this stock onto any weakness. Accumulate slowly. And three top cloud computing stocks to buy: AMD, Anaplan, and Zoom. Especially AMD, it's good to buy on any down days. It's got a legendary CEO, Lisa Su, and she's really handing it out to Intel and really doing very well. She's crushing the competition. And Anaplan with the Frank Caldoni as the CEO, he's also doing great. And we got Zoom. I think Zoom is getting its groove back with folks doing the hybrid work for a long time. I think Eric is doing a great job there. So with that, CleanSpark named to Russell 2000. I think they're also welcoming an expert here on the blockchain. That's a good news. Two growth stocks, ARK Investment, Cathy Wood's company, bought last week, BZ and VUZI. And also Unity Software is a good beaten down stock here. Sumo Logic accelerates expansion across Japan. I think it's a great company trying to get its groove back as we speak. And three top picks for observability software. This is where we got companies like Datadog, Elastic, and Splunk, great stocks beaten down. And finally, last but not least, we got Coupa Software executing well, but stocks seem to be not doing that great. So we can look at Coupa also and see if it's worth buying at this point. So with that, let's jump in here into a table here to look at what makes sense. So the way this table is organized is I got the ticker symbol here, the company, and the price and market cap. And then few columns here I got the sales as of now, trailing 12 months, and the sales growth, which is very important. We always need to pay attention to sales growth. And then we have sales growth 5 year, 1 year, and quarter over quarter. Then we got gross margin and net margin, very important to know. In addition to growing the top line, companies also managing the bottom line. That's where gross margin, net margin will come into play. And the debt to equity. Anytime you see debt to equity more than one, you got to watch out a little carefully. For example, here VNet and even AYX, for example, and Ring Central. You got to watch out. Companies take on more and more debt to really grow nicely. But they will be okay in the in the environment where rates are low. But I think it's something we have to watch out. We don't want company to over leverage. That's why good to look at debt to equity ratio and make sure it's not really high, especially more than one, or more than one. Then we got ROE, which is really profitability of the company. Many times you see BTBT as an example, and some more here, IMMR, and even BCO. I think they are doing well from a profitability perspective. And then, anytime you want to buy a stock, you should always pay attention to RSI, relative strength index. Anytime it's above 50 or so, you got to watch out a little bit. But if it is below 50, if the stock is good, you could, it's a good entry position for you. Then we got to pay attention to institutional ownership. If the institutions are backing the company, it can sustain pretty nicely. But institutions have low holding, you got to watch out a little carefully here. Then you got short float that tells you whether the stock can get short squeezed and go up drastically. For example, Cleanspa, AI, Veritone, even this one here, Fastly, SNCR, and Ring Central all have got high, sorry, not Ring Central, EGHT, which is 8 by 8. So all these have got a high short ratio. So those stocks can really go up a lot on a good news because a lot of people are shorting it, so it can cause short squeeze. Then you got price to sales ratio. Anytime it's above say 20 or 25, you got to pay a little bit attention here, especially the names where it's too high, like LAZR, which is Luminar. You got to pay a little bit closer attention to see what's going on. Then we got the performance, very important. As you look through, we got 1 day, 1 week, 2 week, 1 month, all the way to 5 year. That tells you where is the company in this time frame. So as an example, BTBT up 134% for the year, but as you look through here, all the way from 6 month to 1 week, and they're down. Now they're trying to get their groove back in 1 day. So we try to look for some pattern here to see, is the stock improving in a shorter term time frame even though it's beaten down in the longer term time frame. So that will give us some clue here. So names like BTBT I would buy slowly. Whenever there's a huge news about Bitcoin plunging, it may be opportunity to buy slowly and add to position. No need to buy a lot. Keep buying slowly and add to your position. And as you scan through here, same story with the stocks like ePay bottom line. As you can see here, stock is down so big here. Still they're up for 5 years. Stock has been improving a little bit, so you could buy slowly. These type of names. So with that, let's jump in and look at few names here. BTBT we talked through. Nice, growth here from a sales perspective. They also make money. There is a net margin also here. Our company has a very low debt. I would buy some into this weakness. And as you scan through here, MTLS Materials, same story. $23 stock. Stock has been beaten down, but they're up nicely for 5 years, as you can see here. I would buy into this weakness and add to position slowly. They got nice gross margin, as you can see here, but sales growth is not there right now. In 1 year and quarter over quarter, they got some growth in the 5 years horizon. Then we got Cleanspa, $15 stock, nice sales growth. I love this, nice gross margin. It fits the rule of 40 where margin plus sales is more than 40%. It fits this bill nicely. And as we look through here, they got nice 1 year growth here, and stock has been falling off drastically. This is also a meme stock, as you might be knowing, and there's a high short ratio. This can go up on any good news. Then we got C3AI here, Tom Siebel's company, $59 stock. It's good to buy this company on any weakness, and don't buy too much. Hold a nice position. I think this will also get its groove back. High short ratio, as you can see here. They got nice gross margin, 76%. Stock has been falling off of late, as you can see here. In 1 day, on last Friday they were up 1.2%. So I think it's good to buy slowly onto this weakness. And then we got a couple more here, Ramp, LAZR, Kingsoft, same story here. From a sales perspective, some of these companies got nice sales growth, as you can see here. And as you scan through here, low RSI, it's good to buy when the companies have low RSI, good entry position. And stocks have been selling off pretty drastically off late. So this is when you jump in and buy some and hold it for a while. We got a couple more here. Fastly, which is one of my favorite companies, content delivery network. Stock is at $56 as of last Friday. As you scan through here, nice sales growth and nice gross margin. So fits the rule of 40, where margin plus sales growth is more than 40%. And as you scan through here, they got high short ratio, and stock has been doing nothing for 1 year. As you can see here, in the shorter term, there is some growth here. They're doing a little okay, so they're trying to come back in the shorter term, which is a good story. And then we got JFrog, one of my favorite names, into DevOps and software development area. $46 stock has been sold off 51% down from 52-week high. In the shorter term, it's trying to grow, I think, to improve. So this is a good name. You could buy some. Now I also like stocks like Unity, AYX into this weakness. You could buy some into this weakness. Then we got Anaplan, which is one of my favorite stocks here, $54. Nice sales growth, as you can see here, nice gross margin. It's really software and SaaS gross margin, very good recurring revenue type business, subscription business. And as you can see, your stock has done nothing for 50, down 37% from 52-week high. And there's some progress or improvement in the shorter term time frame. I would buy some Anaplan also. Then we got a couple more names here. I think Ring Central, Bright Cove is one of the great companies, down 45%. You could pick up some of this stock also. 8x8 again into all this contact center type play, working from home type play. Next, we look at a couple more names here. We got Tenable, which is $41 stock, as you can see here. Nice sales growth and gross margin. And as you scan through here, they're down 28% from 52-week high. So I'd buy some of this Tenable also at this point. And then you got some more names like I like Coupa also into down any weakness here. I would buy some Coupa into any weakness. And we got Ping Central here. Ping Central is an interesting play. Stock used to do well. They're into single sign-on and identity solution, but off late stock is not doing much. I think it's facing stiff competition from bigger companies like Okta, SailPoint. I would watch this carefully. I would not jump in right now. But if you're a contrarian, you could buy some. But I don't see longer term positive growth for this company, given there are bigger, better players like Okta and SailPoint. Stone, Sumo, Yext. I think all these are good to buy on this downturn or weakness. As you can see here, these are some of these have got okay short ratio. For example, Yext has got 8% short ratio. I would buy some of these names into this weakness and hold for a while. As you scan through here, we got more names like SailPoint, APN, again, low code business process management type software. I also like stocks like Qualys, a great company. And I could also look at API, which is Agora. It's again a great company. I would buy them on any weakness. So now, with this chart that we have, we got the idea. We should always look for the companies with the good gross margin and good sales growth, and hopefully, okay type net margin. And we should look at stocks that are sold off heavily, but making some improvements in the shorter term, like 1 day, 1 week type time frame. Now we'll look at two companies in a little more detail. Company one is BTBT, Bitcoin Digital. It's a Bitcoin play. It's into Bitcoin mining business. As you can see here, company is trying to show some profitability of late. So in 2020, they got positive earnings per share. That's a great news. I think company is trying to show some progress here. And sales, as you can see here, they've done nice sales growth in 2020. That's a good news. And shares outstanding is growing a little bit, which is okay for these companies because they need working capital. And from a news perspective, looks like they are becoming a signatory to crypto climate accord. That's a good one. And they also partner with the DigiHost. I think overall, news perspective, it's okay. Folks are still worrying a little bit. Hey, is crypto route, is it over? Can Bit Digital make it? People are wondering about this. Normally, the way I feel is really whenever there is a severe correction in the stocks like BTBT, it's okay to buy a little bit. You don't need to put all your money into BTBT. But in the downturn, buy some of these good names, and it'll give you a good surprise as you go forward. And from a fundamental perspective, $5 stock, as you can see here, $5.63. Market cap is very low at this point, 287 million. And they got nice sales and nice sales growth, as you see here. Nice margin, and ROE is positive, meaning company is profitable, low RSI, as you can see here. And stock has been doing nothing for last 1 week all the way to 6 months. They have done nicely for 1 year. They're down whopping 83% from 52-week high. And if you look through the volume, they got nice volume, 1 million, 2.6 million in last 3 months average. They got nice cash. They don't need to worry about running out of cash, $30 million. And they got some debt, which is very low. Free cash flow is negative, and they've been doing, pretty okay. They got as you can look through your nice R&D spend, $82 million. Okay, they don't have right now. They don't have R&D spend. Let me take that back. And as you can see here, they're right now at $5.63, and they were up much higher. 120-day price is $11.46. 50-day average is $13. So as you can see here, they've been doing well in the past, but now they've fallen off a little bit. So this could be a good opportunity to buy BTBT into the weakness slowly and accumulate a nice position. And if you look through some of the key statistics here, looks like one of the company here, an analyst, they're upgrading the stock to buy back in February 11th, and they also show nice revenue trend, as you can see here. So overall, I feel like it's okay to buy this company into this weakness. And from a fundamental perspective, the way to read this chart is I got all the quarters here: 331, 1231, 930, so on and so forth. And I also got the statistics here. So as we see here, from a market cap perspective, company was doing nicely before, from $90 million back in 2018 all the way to $767 million in 2021, which is in March. But now market cap really got cut so severely into 271.83, down more than half due to this crypto plunging. And from a stock perspective, they've been making nice progress, $6.13 all the way in 2018 to $15 in March 2021, but now they fell off drastically, as you can see here. Earnings per share, they're showing some nice earnings per share last 2 quarters. That's good. Company is profitable, nice gross margin, nice operating margin, and then net margin, that's also good. They got positive ROA, return on assets, and return on equity. Now, overall, if you look at the rear view mirror, company doing great. And right now they got this temporary weakness into Bitcoin. Everybody is talking about Bitcoin. Can it come back? That's why at this point there is blood in the market. It pays attention to really buy some of these names into this weakness against the natural conventional wisdom. Next, if you look at the chart here, it's a, as you can see, 1 year, 1 day chart from ThinkorSwim. Stock has showed some spikes a couple times, but off late it's been dropping, pretty drastically, I would say. In the last 4 or 5 months, stock has done nothing. And if you look through here, RSI is very low, indicates oversold position at this time. And as you scan through here, implied vol is 52. If some of you who are into put selling or premium selling or put options, you could sell some put option at a lower price. That could be your entry point if you want to buy it, or you can buy some stock at this lower price. From a DMI perspective, right now it's in the negative or bearish territory. Red line above blue line, that's a bearish position here. On the balance volume is pretty, I think it's a pretty flat to down, as you can see here. But check-in money flow is kind of telling you, you know what, after this, smart money may be flowing into the stock slowly. It dropped off, but there is some uptick here. It may be slowly, flowing into the stock into this weakness. And now if you look at BTBT from an option chain perspective, it tells you what option traders are thinking. As you see here, we got BTBT $5.32, and as you see here, we got $5 right here. The strike price. Lot of open position, 1,023 at $5. At $7.5, we got 1,455. If you look here, there's a huge volume around 12.5. There is a nice volume, 3,174 contracts traded. And if you scan through this, all the way to 35, we got a lot of these contracts traded. So that tells you in the options market, people are betting BTBT will go up in the future. By November 19th, people are betting it will go up. On the put side of the house, people who are hedging against the further drop. As you can see here, we got open positions from 2.5 all the way to 10 and beyond. So, volume is high around 7.5, as you can see here. So in a nutshell, as you scan through the statistics here, we got 3,520 contract for the call options traded, whereas put options in 1108. So that makes the put call ratio 0.3. That tells you folks are more bullish about this stock BTBT and buying more call options than put options. So in the options market, people are betting this stock will go up. So I would pay attention to some of these things and buy slowly into this weakness. Don't need to rush and buy a lot. Buy slowly into this weakness and accumulate a nice position. We all have seen Bitcoin movie before, crashes drastically, then goes up, and that's when you got to have some position into this weakness and appreciate some nice ride as we go forward. Next is Sumo Logic, ticker symbol Sumo. They're a native, cloud native software as a service platform, enables digital transformation, modern applications, and cloud computing. They got software to automate the collection, ingestion, and analysis. So as you see here, right now, company is not making money. Earnings per share is negative. But I like this, they have nice sales growth as you see here. Nice clip, I love this. And they're also reducing their outstanding share count. That's a good one. And looks like Sumo named as a visionary in Gartner Magic Quadrant, which is a well-known Magic Quadrant here. That's a good news here for Sumo, and they also looks like they're the under the radar AI-based security play. I think overall, I think good news for this company. Like their revenue clip here, nice revenue growth. From a fundamental perspective, $22 company. They got nice sales here, and as you scan through here, I think debt is very low. That's why debt to equity ratio is 0, as you can see here. Nice cash position, $291 million. They're not going to run out of cash anytime soon. They got some debt which is manageable. And company has been doing nicely for last 1 day, 1 week, 2 week, 1 month, and even 3 months, but still down big from 52-week high. So I would buy some into this weakness and go from there. And this company just above their 20-day moving average by 6%, above 50-day moving average by 14%, and still below their 120 and 200-day moving average. So I would buy some into this any weakness and hold on to Sumo stock. If you look at the news here, looks like there is a buy rating on the stock here, going up to 46, as you can see. And from a quarterly revenue perspective, I think they're doing nicely, as you see here. Nice revenue trend here on a quarter-over-quarter basis, and they're also putting money into R&D, which is good to know. From a fundamental perspective here, we have got 430, 131, couple quarters of this Sumo earnings here. From a market cap perspective, they've done nicely. 1 billion, 3 billion, 2 billion, now 2.4 billion. So as you can see, they did nicely back in 2021 January. Now they came down in April. Now they're trying to make a comeback here. Revenue surprise perspective, they've been showing some positive revenue surprise. That's a good story. And they're also showing positive EPS, earnings share per share surprise. So Wall Street loves predictability. I think this company is really giving that predictability to Wall Street by showing the revenue surprise and earnings per share surprise on the positive side. As you scan through here, debt is pretty low, manageable compared to cash. They have nice cash, and gross margin is pretty nice here and stable. I like the gross margin. Net margin is negative. Company is still not showing the profits yet. They have to invest in their own platform. As you can see here, R&D is pretty nice here. That's where they invest their profits into their R&D. And as you see here, they got a price to sales ratio, which is a valuation ratio, pretty low. So that tells you company is not expensive from a valuation basis. So right now stock price is $22, market cap is $2.4 billion. Fundamentally, I feel this is a good company. We could buy some into this, into rather a little bit weakness, not too much, and hold on to the stock, for a while. So next we'll look at the chart here, Sumo Logic. As you can see, a stock had done nicely, earlier, back in 2019 or so, or even 2020. But now off late company, here they took a big plunge back in the March timeframe this year. Now they're trying to get their groove back, as you can see here. This is when we kind of buy slowly as the company shows some progress in the performance, buy the stock on the down days and hold for a while. From an RSI perspective, company is showing some progress of late. Right now it's 54, still okay to buy, still below 55. And from an implied vol perspective, right now it's 52.5. If you're a put option seller or a premium seller, you could sell some premium or a put options under the current stock price. From a DMI perspective, right now they're in the bearish. The blue line is below red line, but it's the distance between the blue line and red line is very low or very small. So it's mildly bearish at this point. They can turn around and go up. This blue line can easily go above red line anytime soon. From an on the balance volume perspective, folks are buying into the stocks. On the balance volume is pretty nice. Basically up volume is more than down volume. So people are buying into the stock. That's a great news. And the smart money is also flowing into the stock. That's again a good news. So with that, overall from a chart perspective, technical perspective, Sumo is getting its groove back. I would be a buyer in any temporary weakness. And if you look at the option chain here, $21 stock, we are looking at a 129 days out option chain, 19 November. So as you scan through here, we got a lot of these call contracts in the 22.2, 25, 30, and so on and so forth. Even at 40, people bought call options at 40 also. And if you look at the put options side, open interest is there at lower prices. People are hedging. And also at 40, there is some put options that are traded. So overall, as you can see here in this statistics here, total call volume is 6,800. Total put volume is 820. That makes the put call ratio as 0.11, which tells you there are many folks who bought the call option than the put option. That tells you the sentiment in the option traders. The moment you see a put call ratio so low, that tells you, people are more bullish about the stock of Sumo here. So with that, I will be a buyer onto any temporary weakness of Sumo and hold for a while. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.